great pivot men tonight, Chris. The position has obviously changed over the last couple years. If you were playing now, you think you'd be more of a 4 or a 5?
You know, Kevin, I think I'd be a 3. I played the 4 and 5 in the NBA when I played, and I think I'd be a 3. Right now, you get to shoot, you get to take guys out on the wing. Defensively, though, I'd have to make sure I call for some help because laterally, you got to be able to move out there with those guys. But I think definitely it'd be the 3, 4, and 5 the way the game has evolved.
And you can bring the ball up. I've seen you do it. I know you could do it in this game as well.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you have a lot more opportunity to do it in this game, and that's not a criticism. It's actually, I love the way the game is played now. It's a lot less hand-checking, more space, and when you play with guys like I did from the Peja Stojakovic's and all the great shooters, the Tracy Murrays, those guys, it's that much easier to play in space because the defense has to honor those guys, and if they space out, that means you may just have a wide-open lane to the basket.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Bell is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Culver. Then there's Walden. And it's Johnson in at the point. And for Los Angeles, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Green is out there with Bradley. And it's LeBron in at the 3. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the Golden State Warriors. And Culver gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Here's Green. He really played well in that last game against Golden State. Over Johnson. And it's Green missing.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Lets a floater go. Johnson can't hit.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now, here's Culver. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is. That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that rebound.
For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Bradley on the double team. Here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down. And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all. But he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Now here's Towns. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Buries the long-range jumper. 8 points for the General.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Walden, the pass to Bell. Culver kicks to Walden. Over James. And it's Walden missing. Lakers leading by 4. Outside, Green. Back to James. Green deciding where to go with it. Puts up a 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Some players might wear down doing this kind of run. He's only getting strong.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Right side, Walden. Pass to Culver. 6 to shoot. Now here's Johnson, guarded by Bradley. Floats one up. Green with the block. One-on-one fast break. And James throws it down.
Sensational speed from James, a force of nature in the open court. His combination of quickness and athleticism.
Now here's Walden, covered by LeBron. Outside, Walden. To stop the run, a three-pointer is right on target.
And the range Walden has, really good at using it to space the floor and punish the defense.
Greg, it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Davis. Howard comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green, he's checked in for James. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Bradley. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Green against Teague. Lays it up off the glass.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 4-point game. Caldwell Pope finds Green. From the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Wiggins against Caldwell Pope. Shot from 12. Here's Towns. Passes it to Vonleh. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Howard, one of the league's most feared rim protectors in the league.
Towns, the pass to Layman. From deep three-point range. Kept alive, Minnesota. Teague feeling it out a bit. Off target with his 3. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Jordan Bell's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Walden comes in for Jake Layman. Culver's checked in for Wiggins. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Teague. So on the floor for Minnesota. Vonleh's out there with Walden. Then there's Bell. Then it's Johnson. And it's Culver in at the 2 guard. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the General in his last time out against the Warriors was phenomenal. He contributed 51 points and got there the usual way, an impressive barrage of three-pointers. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it, and he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. And I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Minnesota with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. The NBA fans sometimes called the 6th man. Chris, talk about what a difference a raucous crowd, a home crowd, can make for a team and a player.
Well, I could talk about that from my experience, but let's talk about from my experience first. Sacramento, we had a lady called Sign Lady. Now, of course, she had a real name, but she says, just call me Sign Lady. She would make the most beautiful signs. Vlade, we believe in you. Peja, every shot is good. She make them creatively. They be bright. They be big. And we looked for her for encouragement. The cowbells, how loud everyone there was. Some first-time gamers saying, this is my first game coming to watch. Go win, Chris. Or people that's been like, I've never missed a game. You want to do it for the fans. How loud they are. How they get on the teams. How they get on the refs. You got to love it. And then for the rest of the league, oh, my God. Last year in the playoffs, going to the Milwaukee Bucks, their home arena, that new arena they have there, oh, crazy. You want to talk about crazy fans? Go out to Toronto and hang outside with 10,000 crazy fans in the rain while they're singing and shouting and having fun over there in Jurassic Park. And we all know about the great fans that Golden State had all their years in Oracle, some of the most loyal fans ever. The 6th man, the fans being the 6th man, that is not a cliche. That is not made up for PR purposes. That's true and real. And some of the best players will tell you how those fans have taken them over the top, giving them energy to win some games.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yes.
Now, here's Vonleh. Johnson, the pass to Vonleh. Got a piece of it.
An average shot blocker. I mean, you want Kuzma to use his vertical, more to redirect shots.
Davis with the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Walden. 17 points in his last outing. And the pass to Culver. And here's Vonleh. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
And here's Green outside. And finished off by Anthony Davis.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Here is Bell after the basket by the Lakers. And it's Johnson penetrating. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Outside, Green. The three. Hits the three-point bomb. And it's a 6-point Laker lead.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And it's Walden missing. Right side, Green. He gets it up. And he drains the three, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know. And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
Yeah, Greg, and that's somewhat of a surprise. But he's been really patient and unselfish.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Bradley is out there with Green, and it's James in at the 3 slot. And coming up as an only child in difficult circumstances, LeBron James said he had to grow up early, take charge of his life at a young age.
Yeah, that's what made him such a solid person and a great basketball player. And ever since he sought control of his own destiny, Kevin, he empowered trusted friends along the way. Hey, he's paved a new path for players taking ownership of their careers.
Here's Walden, and Axel Walden slams it in.
Talk about ferocity. Right there, AW showed plenty of it. Loving his game.
Green draws the double. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. The tray. But they'll get another chance. Good D by Johnson. Timberwolves trail by 11. Now Culver. 6 points for him. And Davis sends it back. Fast break, here they come. And Green with the basket on the assist by Bradley. Green's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're on target from the start of the half. They're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Now here's Johnson. He kicks to Bell. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Green. And Kuzma has it in the corner. And the 3 ball is good. Kuzma's got his first 3 points of the game.
They made the most of their halftime adjustments. They're shooting 80% so far in the second half. Just don't call it ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on? Puts it up off the inbound. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, I love how Teague was able to shield off the defender and still go up and finish for a chance at the three-point play. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And here, late in the season, a good time now to follow up on our Rookie of the Year race. Which young players have separated themselves as the best of the bunch? You take a look at Green. All season long, he has proven again and again that he is the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Yeah, at this point, he's separated himself from the pack. I don't know what more he could have done this year. It's been one amazing performance after another.
Green draws the double. Lets it go from deep. Minnesota with the rebound.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Are using great defensive instincts. Cousins will swat anyone's shot away. He's relentless.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That's his third foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Walden's checked in. 1:19 left to play in the third. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Over Green. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Andrew Wiggins.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Outside, Walden. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Walden. Down low. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Reading the court well, leave someone open on AW squad, and you're going to pay.
Green dishes to Green with 4 seconds on the clock, and there's Murray on the assist from Green. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Lakers lead by 14. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Walden. Wiggins is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Culver, and it's Johnson in at the 1 spot. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Green. Up the floor, and James throws it down hard.
Oh, come on. Hall of Fame, athleticism, and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
Johnson, the pass to Culver. Back to Johnson. Outside, Walden. Off target from three-point range.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Inside, Davis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 18.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Towns. And Davis sends it back. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Bell is checked in for Minnesota. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And it's good for 2.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And you know what we really appreciate? The good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
The clean trash-talking fans. Oh, Webber, you suck. You can't shoot. So what? You just dunked on their whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going when I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere. When they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy, or they're just cheering for both teams in great play, though they want their teams to to win. And you love, again, the creative heckler, the one that had to think about it the day before, like the ones that comes in with the sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or the face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
Timberwolves trail by 19. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Walden. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
They have been board dominance in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And with the game he's having, there's no doubt he'll be the guy they lean on to protect the lead.
Pass to Towns. Culver with it. See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope.
And getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the league.
Another miss by Minnesota.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
The Timberwolves shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Walden with it. Now Green defending. Walden wide open. The good-looking shot from the wing.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Green draws the double. And taken away by Johnson. Walden dishes to Culver. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on LeBron James.
And credit the aggressiveness there. I love it whenever Culver is looking to score. It focuses the defense on him and still able to get the job done.
And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.